Shalom. I want to give all praises and honors and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect who are pushing this truth in sincerity. And I'm going into a quick and short lesson about the upcoming famine that we're about to see. And just a lot of judgment that are coming upon these 2/3 of Israel. But anyways, I'm gonna start off with this scripture. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6 verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown; the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Now that's what we're about to see. People are gonna have a rude awakening where they at least expected. That judgment, is gonna come upon them where they at least expected. They're just living their life right now, like just thinking that none of these hard times and tribulations will happen. But no, we're starting to see that. We have this energy crisis, which now becomes a cargo crisis with these cargo ships having these goods out in the port of the U.S. and a lot of stuff are not getting delivered in these markets, in these stores. And now we're beginning to see that some stores such as Costco, Walmart, or Walgreens, there are empty shelves. As it says right here, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. That's what we're seeing right now. Some people out on YouTube or in their social medias, they're recording and seeing these empty shelves at these stores. I'm gonna get on another scripture. Oh, bear with me. All right, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And this is Esdras having that vision which the Lord gave him, in these hard times that we're about to go through. Especially for the 2/3 of Israel. There's gonna be so much chaos for them that there so many of them are gonna die quickly, and harshly. In verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? And now we're seeing these the beginning of great mournings. The famines are coming. Great death is about to come as well. What's going on around the world. There's like people dying in many types of ways already. Shootings everywhere. People are mourning. We're seeing these prophecies play out already. We're living in those times. Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. And these tribulations, these famines and plagues, are set as punishments for these two-thirds, these wicked ones, Verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You know, these two-thirds, they still don't turn away from their wickedness, they're not mindful about the punishment that's about to come upon them, either they're blind, or they don't care, or they just don't believe it, they're not mindful of these punishments that are about to come upon them, I'm gonna get out Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6. Bear with me for a moment. Alright, this is Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And yeah, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times in these dangerous times that we're heading into. The Lord, he's gonna be with us in these harsh times, these deadly moments that we're about to go into. And the first things of wisdom, is fearing the Lord, doing his work, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. And, since now the Lord has given us this knowledge, we're able to be stable in these times, having faith. Having faith with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I'm going to get on another scripture. Let me see this real quick. Psalms chapter 33, verse 18. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. So, the Lord, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, his elect, his 144,000 of Israel, that do fear him, to deliver the soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. So, during these times of tribulation, the Lord is going to deliver his elect, their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. Verse 20, our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. The Lord is our help and our shield. Yeah, he's going to guide us in these rough times. He's got to keep the faith, do what we need to do to show our faith, doing the works to the best of our ability. And got one more precept, and then I'm going to close it there. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. And famine is what we're about to see. We're having nations against nations. All this war talk about missiles are being used, testing and all this stuff with Russia. World War III is on the way. Which is another big prophecy that will fulfill. And we got all these prophecies that are going in play. That are actually happening. We're already seeing pestilences. You hear there are new diseases or viruses in the news. They every like, well, in these days, and you hear about earthquakes completely like almost every day, All these are the beginning of sorrows, you know. And we're coming into these times, these are the beginning of sorrows, famines, pestilence, and earthquakes, kingdom against kingdom, nation shall rise against nation. These are the beginning of sorrows. So yeah, these prophecies are fulfilling quick. Yahushua is uh is really gonna come back quickly. He's coming back. That's how we know that our salvation is nearer than we think. But anyways, with that, I want to give all praises and honors and glories to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and others, great milestone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.